sense and who's going to help deliver change on Parliament Hill.
It's on the show like that.
Before I go any further, I have to take a moment to celebrate one of the great citizens of Windsor. We have here the local leader, the business manager of the IBEW Local 773. What a great speech. This is a shocking endorsement coming from the electricians.
She says
Dad joke. I've got 2 kids now. I'm allowed to tell those jokes. Just one. My wife says I'm only allowed to tell one every speech. But you know, I remember when I met Carl. I drove over to the IBEW local, and when I got there was a sign that said, "Only Canadian-made cars allowed in the lot." And he's warned me that you've got to be careful you don't get a flat tire if you're not driving a Canadian-made car on his lot. He's a very patriotic guy. We sat down and talked, and the first thing he wanted to talk about, not politics, not policy, he wanted to talk to me about hunting and fishing. He loves to hunt and fish. Then the second thing, he wanted to talk about his family. And then he wanted to talk about all his friends and how proud he was to be from Windsor, and how proud he was of the electricians that he represents and fights for, and how his only wish for this country is that once again we put our workers first for a change.
I can't get a good shot because it was like too short.
Of the layoffs at the GM plant in Ingersoll.
2 years ago I saw him, you saw me, I was like 2 months.
I spoke to the union representative for the area, Mike, earlier today, who was heartbroken and rattled with the conversations he would be having later that day with family members, learning that they would be going, friends and family and brothers and sisters would be going home to tell their kids that they no longer have a job. Now, let's start with the obvious fact that the destructive tariffs of Donald Trump are utterly unacceptable and wrong, and we will fight back against them. But we will also fight to protect the jobs of our workers. Conservatives will put in place a fund to give liquidity to our manufacturers, to keep paying workers, keep them employed, minimize the disruption, until hopefully we can get this.